that right hand.
I got cooked, boys. I got cooked. Hey, man. Uh, I was sparring. I was boxing when this fight went down, and I was getting all these notifications. Hey, rightfully so. You guys can pour it on. Shout out to Chilltown. I saw Chilltown left me a voice memo. I was like, he started talking, and he sounded like he was giving a funeral eulogy, and I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And then I see that Conway got, yeah, Liddard cooked them. It was a bad read on my end. We can't always get them right, can we? And so I was reading all the comments. Hey, hats off to you boys. If you got, dude, we're not meant to agree on everything. I wouldn't have went with Conway if I didn't think he could win, and it's not always going to be 100%. Hats off to all the boys who won money. Everybody who followed my tip, I apologize. I go into this with the same energy every single fight tape. Obviously, I do this to win every single fight. Bad read on my end. I'll just leave it at that. I got cooked. Yeah, and no matter and Chilltown, his voice note, he's a good guy, man. No matter we hit in Japan. You know what I'm saying? We hit in Japan. We hit with a fight on this undercard to win by stoppage, the Jimmy Sains fight. None of that shit matters. Nothing matters as soon as you lose. And so it's all good, man. Yeah, I was just more upset for the boys who listened to me. And hats off to George Liddard, man. He looked good. He looked real good. You know what I'm saying? And I put the link. So, guys, I put this link in the Discord if you guys want to pop on. I just got done watching Gary's live stream, and I sent him the link because we need to come on because we debated this. And I'm about to pull Gary up real quick. And I didn't know we were in competition, but hopefully you see this, G. This is all in good fun. So I'm gonna play you a statement Gary said after, because Gary picked George Liddard and I picked Conway. We debated it yesterday, right? All you guys tell me, look, pour it on. I was wrong. I can't get them all right. If I got them all right, I'd have my own island. You know what I'm saying? But all I can tell you is that I put a lot of energy and effort into this. I'm not just throwing Hail Marys and hopefully something sticks. And that's the most unfortunate bit is when you do film study, when you do tape, and it's a bad read, it's like, God damn it. But I talked about this before during one of my losses. I'm 43. I could take the shit talk. I could take the Discord turning on me. I could take people leaving the Discord saying I'm shit. It's all fine and dandy. It's not what I'm in this for. I'm in this to build a community. So this is what I'm talking about. Randall Light, he said he's 3-0 with you. I'm pulling up receipts real quick. Watch this. My man must have a real short memory because we all got receipts. He said he's 3-0 with me. He might be 3-0 in the last 3, but I want him to come on. Here, I'm gonna play this for you. And look, I'll give him his flowers. He was right on this. This is him today. Listen to this.
The last 3 me and Johnny have feuded over was Crawford Canelo,
right,
Hamza Steeraz with Berlanga,
right,
and now this one. I've gotten 3 in a row over Johnny. I'm not trying to pull no shade, no thing like that.
Right.
But yeah, I've beaten him now 3 in a row.
Okay, he is up 3 in a row. Okay, and shout out to Gary because I actually heard that wrong initially because I brought up receipts. I was like, hold on, you're not 3-0 against me, but he is 3 over the last 3. But Ryan Gardner versus Bellotti, I picked Gardner, he picked Bellotti. Nathaniel Collins, Lee McGregor, I picked Collins, he picked McGregor. Bekdamir versus DFG. We're 3. I think if we look at all of the receipts, I didn't know we were in competition, but it's easy to add them all up. All you guys have to do is go down the playlist all the way back since probably January and then compare and contrast. But hey, what do I always say? What have you done for me lately? Me versus Gary, I'm in a losing streak. I got to dig my way out of it. But it's all in good fun. Bum equipment, man. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to give me a $25 super chat, man. Thanks for picking my head up, man. That's super cool of you. And this is what makes it all worthwhile because I wasn't expecting anybody to give me a super chat because I did a bad read. But Ryan and Liddard, you're out here eating, and I appreciate you sharing the wealth, man. You're spreading the love. That's super cool, brother. I really appreciate that, and hats off to you, man. I appreciate the support. That's really rad. Adu, brother, knockout was an easy live bet. That Conway fight. Yeah, I missed it live. I was boxing. So not only was I getting, I was so I have a client. So guys, I coach. So I go spar with guys that I know, but I also coach people who have never boxed how to fight, how to box technically, and we spar. So today was one of those sessions where I'm teaching a female client of mine, and we're doing clinch work. So my point is, when you're coaching it, you're taking a lot. You're taking shots. So not only was I getting hit, I was getting touched up today. You know, by trade, because I'm trying to teach her how to be comfortable in the pocket. I'm trying to teach her how to clinch fight. And when you're sparring with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, they're real tense. So they're throwing shit real heavy and they're panicking. And I'm like, calm down, dude. And like, so not only was I taking unnecessary shots, I also was getting cooked in our Discord, which I'll pull up. And like I said, um, you know, I can't win them all. And the one thing you guys have to understand, and I think, Bum Equipment, the supporters, I never market our Discord so you could pay the couple bucks for my picks. I always got into this to build a community. I didn't think I'd have to reiterate that, but somebody in the Discord was cooking me, rightfully so, and they filmed their rhetoric around, I'm not paying this amount of money for wrong shitty picks. I'm like, bro, I never said come to the Discord to tail my picks. And once you're in the Discord, you'll see it's a boxing community, but it's also a sporting community, and it's building kind of loyalty, and that's why I do this. Ziggy says, Johnny, your boxing knowledge is great. You've given me some nice dogs in the past 4 hours, being one of them. Thank you, Ziggy. And also, I want to mention, I mean, I missed on an underdog. Like, Kieron Conway was an underdog. It's not like he was the favorite. You know what I'm saying? So, oh well. We gotta, yeah, he did say 3 in a row. Gary seems to be the boss. He can be. Gary could be the dude. Gary's an OG. Look, man, I always say this. If ever you know me in person, if ever you get to know me like as a friend, I don't come at anything in my life as with an ego. I'm a competitor. I hate fucking losing. And if we ever fought, you're gonna be in a dogfight. If we play checkers, you're gonna be in a dogfight. If we're doing a mathematics test, if we're doing an essay test, you're gonna be in a dogfight. But I don't do it with an ego. I'm not mean-spirited. I have no problem. Gary's a beast, dude. I always tell everybody on my channel who's not following Gary from 3D, go follow him. He needs a couple hundred followers to get 3,000. Go do that, dude. He did say 3 in a row. Yeah, he did say 3 in a row. I read it wrong, and I corrected myself. I will. I'm gonna get the next one, baby. JP Foley. We're only as good as our last win, and we're only as bad as our last loss. What have you done for me lately? Let's do it. John Pablo. The chat's live. I parlay Thursday Night Football Conway. Oh God. Oh, that's brutal, brother. I should also mention, if you're not having fun, don't do it. Great question. Why did you? Okay, Brandon, great question. Brandon St. Julian. And Brandon, you messaged me on Insta. It was a bad read on mine. Brandon St. Julian, I want to give a shout out to. He messaged me on Instagram. Very knowledgeable cat, and he was talking about the last few misses on my end. I bet against the front foot fighter, and I told him in my response, I said, you know what? That's a good read on your end, and I'm gonna put an asterisk. And I don't know how much of my reasoning with taking the sort of low output counter boxer. I don't know how much of that has to do with kind of like my own fight style, and subconsciously maybe that's who I root for. And this is still a learning process. Giving away my predictions and betting on winners. I've only been doing this on a public level for like 6 months. But what did I see in Conway? I saw experience. I saw a guy who was the underdog. I saw a champion. I saw a guy who had a better resume. And I banked on the fact that at plus money, those variables were going to be enough to see him through. And I haven't watched the fight. I was boxing. I didn't see the fight. The highlights look horrific. The highlights look like he was never in the fight. So that's why I told you in the Instagram message, Brandon, it was a bad read on my end. Mar, superb performance by Liddard. Took him on. Good shot, Mar. And Mar's comment and all the boys, Brandon, Bum Equipment's eating, is that we're not. This isn't an echo chamber. You know what I'm saying? Like he bet against my pick and he won. That's what I'm talking about. And this is, I think, that's another one of the things about the community in the Discord is the fact that what you should be using the Discord as a sort of litmus test. LITMUS, a litmus test in regards to compare and contrasting your already intuitive betting option with what I'm saying, what Chilltown's saying, what Gary says, what Mars says, whatever you see, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of the gamble. And I think that's also part of the community and it's part of the pump. That's part of the pump, baby. You know what I mean? I never ever once sold my knowledge on boxing is the end all and be all. I never once sold my Discord is you sign up and you tail my picks. I never once sold my Discord to say that join the Discord to get rich. I don't talk like that. That's not my rhetoric. Those aren't the narratives I use. I use words like boxing community, exclusive, VIP, that sort of thing. So I think as we grow and as we all, win, lose, cook in the future, we'll get to know that. Never advertise yourself as a betting consultant. Folks gotta do their homework. Yeah, and I think more than anything, more it's kind of like what I'm becoming. Like I've always wanted to just be like a conduit. You know what I'm saying? Like a purveyor. Like we could be the meeting point. Like we're in high school. Everybody wants to go to a party. You all meet at the one boy's house, and then you go out together. That's kind of the thing. In high school, I was our core of like my DNA. The center point. Boom. Baseball pitched. Basketball too. So I look at this sort of thing, the same thing from an athletic, psychological perspective. I'm not going to stand on a hill and say I am almighty. And I know some guys do that. Some guys do that. I'm not that guy. How do we make? Dude, bro. What are you talking about, Adu? We hit in Japan. So the 195 I hit in Japan was a standalone bet. I did a standalone bet on Jimmy Sains by himself at $1.45 with the money from Japan, and then I got cooked with Jimmy and Conway. So tomorrow, though, if you guys tuned into our live, I put it up in the Discord. I'll pull it up. Me and Gary, we put together a 3-leg together. Let's pull that up real quick. So if you guys missed it during our live stream, Gary and I did a. I am gonna go over some of the comments cooking me though, and if just because I find it hilarious. So after I show you, this is a 3-leg Adu we have cooking for tomorrow. We put this up yesterday. So Rosado money line, Omar Juarez money line, and then Danny Garcia decision. So that is the 3-leg we're working for tomorrow. I also gave you another bet I like is cooked. This one no one's talking about. This one is a 54% return. I like Dominic Crowder by decision at $1.57. I didn't upload a breakdown, but I've done study. I like this matchup. I like those odds. I think it's going to go the distance. This is up in the Discord, $1.57. So like I said, we highlight the L's, but I mean, cooked. Come on, boo-boo. Come on, baby boo. Like, why? Like, it's not all bad. We're all right. We're all right. We're going to get after it. I'm catching you live. It's been a minute. George, my boy. Jorge Ibarra, what's up, Playboy? Conway was tough, bro. So was that what happened, guys? I didn't get a chance to watch this. Conway was tough. Johnny broken hand looked like a God damn. Liddard was taking that belt to add. He really had that many injuries. Like, I assume it was fought in the pocket. The fight I predicted, and you could go on Gary's to pull these receipts up. The fight I predicted was that the fight would happen close in the pocket. Neither guy would use as much of the ring. And I was just leaning on that as the fight, if the fight were going to go past round 6 and into those championship rounds 10, 11, 12, I was expecting Conway's toughness to start wearing on Liddard. I have to watch the fight. I didn't see if that was even going to happen. I don't know if it was ever trending that way, but from the sounds of it, it looks like it did happen in the pocket, and Liddard was just in total control. Shout out to Liddard, man. Talk about tomorrow's fights, brothers. Good money. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Jorge, I'm gonna talk about tomorrow's fights, but I have to, you know, pay allegiance to the ones who bet against me, and I always, when I win, I have to talk about the loss. You know what I'm saying? So we have to hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? So yeah. Um, if you just take DG on the money line parlay, it's still plus money. Yeah, yeah. So JP, that's a good shout. So he's talking about the three legger. We'll just put that back up. So JP says, yeah, because you are kind of getting sexy when you're trying to depict an outcome. I know a lot of you boys had action on the ladies today, and I didn't watch that fight. I think it was Chloe versus Shannon. I didn't watch it. I guess there was some controversy. I was kind of live in the live chat, but I was on my way to boxing, and so I avoided that fight. Look, the ladies, like I said, unless it's Gabby Fundora boxing, I'm really not too interested or invested in betting. There are some other girls, but I didn't. I know some of you guys were getting like taking the over or either one by decision, and the fight ended early due to, I think, an eye injury or a headbutt, and then that happened. Broken nose too early. The chat's popping, guys. I'm gonna get to all your comments, man. I don't like people like that. I would never blame. Yeah, Rando. I don't like people like that. I would never blame someone for my losses when I'm the one who placed the bet. Yeah, I think this is your comments like this, Rando, bum equipment who super chatted me, even though I was wrong. Comments like this, I think over time, this is leadership coming from, not me, coming from the group, which will help the group understand, newbies in the group know what they're getting themselves into. This is a boxing community, guys. We talk about every fight. We don't just talk about one mainstream fight once a month. You don't come to my channel for a pay-per-view fight and we, go all in on one guy. We come for the discourse. We want to disagree. Like if anybody in the Discord wants to come on right now, I told you, I gave you the link. Come on. DJ. At least you didn't fake a ticket, boy. DJ HDZ, DJ Heads. If ever, I'm talking ever, you find like this speaks to the ethos of somebody's spirit. A person who would do that, what is their intent? Their intent is to propel themselves on a social pedestal in a hierarchy that is not real, in a way that they're better than you. You'll never get that with me, brother. Remember, there's no eight. This is a good point, man. I commented earlier, and I kind of meant it the other day. I'd like to know how old people are, because there's one of our guys on the live stream. He's always really active on our live, and he's active in the chat. And he took an L last week, and he was, the way he was acting was really making me think, man. He was, I'm not going to put anyone on blast, but I was like, he made me think that he sounded like he was 15, 16 years old. And because he was being so negative and depressed about a loss, I was initially going to react a certain way. Like, I'm a 43-year-old grown-ass man. Some of my buddies have grandkids. Cass was getting in early back in the day. And I was going to react like an old head. But then when I thought about this comment, I was like, damn, this might be a younger dude. So I inboxed him. I private messaged him, and I said, hey, mate. And I kind of was like, I made sure that, he was okay. Because we don't know how old everyone is. It's a good point. I lost 500 off me, not Johnny, not Breaking Bad, not Gary, not me. Accountability is the last part. You'll get it back, King. King, you'll get it back, man. King of Fitness. You'll get it back. I see what you're doing, brother. King's a beast. The 3-0 comment, though. Yeah, I want Gary to come on. I want Gary to get his flowers on my channel. I sent Gary the link. I'm going to text him. Gary, come on, brother. I got to give Gary some love. Come on. Come on. All right. I said I've told Gary to come on because I want Gary on here so he could spread the the vibes. He's a beast. Okay, yo Johnny, which Omar won? I got Juarez, and I was sold on Juarez because of Gary. Omar Juarez is a guy that yeah, if you want to see the breakdown, Henry, go to my playlist just yesterday, the live stream I did with 3D. And he knows this is one of his guys, Omar Juarez. He's from Texas. The fight's in Texas. That's his pick. I'm right. I'm kind of tailing Gary on that one. And yeah, he sold me on it. He sold me. I didn't really tape either guy. I was kind of on the fence. Boxing fan super chat, mate. I appreciate you. You're kind of one of the sneaky engines that runs the behind the scenes show. Not many people know that. Boxing fans a beast, mate. I appreciate you. I watch the support and learn from this channel. If you make any decisions in life, praise or blame yourself. Accountability, man. That's why we need. That's why we appreciate you. Mike Ross, man. My bad, Mikey boy. Damn, we were off. We can't win all of them. Liddard is really good, man. You know what, guys? Okay, Gary's coming on, guys. Gary's coming on. So, another thing I have to take into consideration when I gotta stop favoring the unks all the time. I think I think I gotta get rid of my biases sometimes because another part of me was like, there ain't no way this young buck 23 is coming in and beating this 29-year-old. Like ego. We all as men, no matter how old you are, we're gonna have this irrational battle within ourselves at any level in our lives with ego. Whether you're dealing with the love of your life, whether you're dealing with a passion project, whether you're dealing with your best friend, whether you're dealing with the lady in line at the grocery store, whatever it is, ego always plays a factor. We just got to check that motherfucker. And my ego, internal ego, is like, he could be an asshole, a dick. And so I'm just being honest. Looking back, hindsight 2020, that's another. I was like, surely this young dude, he gonna learn today. This 23-year-old gonna learn today, gonna learn about some dick today, boy. But I got cooked. Yeah, I'm bringing Gary on the front. Gary's coming on. He said he's coming on right now. I'm gonna say the boys are waiting. The boys are waiting. Yeah, here we go. Gary's coming on real quick. At the stage. Big dog, you're on.
Yo, what up? Sorry, but I've been crazy busy today.
It's all good, man. Before I'm going to give you over, I just want to give one shout out to King of Fitness. As you walked in, Gary, the super chat was popping. He said, this is for folks hating. So, yeah, you know what? And Gary, as you were coming in, I was explaining about the fact, it's the community that we're building on both sides of the fence, my side, your side. And I think that's what's really happening behind the scenes. Because they know when they go to your channel, they're going to get a guy who puts a lot of energy and effort into this. And the same thing with my channel. And you can't say that a lot about all the other YouTube content creators. We might not be the biggest channels, but we're going to put that work in.
We are. And guys, subscribe. And so me and Johnny can do this full time, so we don't have to work real jobs, you know?
Yeah. Well, this is, dude, man. I always send people your way. Let's address the elephant in the room. You were right. I was wrong. Good call. You saw it.
Yeah, I just thought Liddard's movement would be too much. I didn't think that Conway had enough volume. Yeah, I didn't think he had enough power to really get him out of there. Although, we talked about he's been sitting down on his punches more. He's improved, Conway. I just, after watching the tape on Liddard, it had more to do with Liddard. Like, I really like Liddard. It wasn't a knock on Conway. I don't think Conway's trash or anything like that. I saw a lot more in Liddard after I did the tape on him.
So I was telling the boys I wasn't able to watch the fight. I was actually sparring, and I just saw the highlights. It was Conway. It looked like he was never even in the fight, was he?
He got injured. It looked like he hurt his shoulder. I mean, does anyone have an update on that injury? He wasn't. He was losing all the rounds, but he looked like he got hurt, and it looked like they were going to stop it earlier than that. His corner eventually stopped it, but they were threatening to stop it for a while. If anyone knows what exactly happened, it did seem like he got a shoulder injury. No, I stay humble because there's going to be a day where I pick someone to win and Johnny takes the other side and my guy gets knocked out in 30 seconds. So I stay humble.
I read it. I read it wrong. I listened to it wrong. because right before you got on, and you could rewind the tape, I played because I watched the live stream you did right before, and I thought I heard. Give me a second. I heard it wrong. Let's try to bring this up real quick. Look at me. I'm learning how to use all this. Let's share this. And this is from Gary's live.
Last three me and Johnny have feuded over was Crawford Canelo, Hamza Steeraz with Berlanga, and now this one. I've gotten three in a row over Johnny. I'm not trying.
Okay, and
I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out yeah.
So I heard that. So the reason why I had that saved and I had it locked and loaded, ready to go for it, because I listened to it wrong, and you said over the last three, and then I had to do my homework. I was like, because I haven't won one since Bilotti versus Gardner when we disagreed.
Yeah,
and then before Bilotti versus Gardner, it was Nathaniel Collins, Lee McGregor. You took. And
I definitely took McGregor in that.
And before that one, it was Bekdamir versus DFG.
Did I take DFG?
That's your boy. You know you took DFG.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't remember feuding with you on that. I probably did take DFG. Okay. Yeah.
We were on. We did it. We were with Carlos on a live stream.
Okay.
So I'm sure there's probably more. But if that's the case, in a best of 7 series, I go up 3-0. I'm kind of like the Golden State Warriors in 2016 right now. I've lost 3 straight, even though they were 3-1.
Yeah. I got this. So I mean, all right, whatever. Then the next one.
Yeah. So it's like we don't plan these things, guys. It's just when the universe aligns and we see that we disagree, the chat will let us know, and they're like, "Hey, let's do it live." You know what I mean? It's not like it's a planned thing.
But that's just we're going all the way back to DFG and back from that. That's how in line we are. Like that, yeah. We very rarely disagree. Like we agree way more than we disagree.
Yeah. And so how did you do overall today? Because some of the boys, I was getting caught up on the Discord. I didn't have action on the ladies, and I was going to ask.
I took the over. All I did was take the over on Chloe Watson. And
what was the controversy?
Okay, it went. Maybe you can clarify this because in the U.S. it's different. So there was a headbutt in the 3rd round. Chloe Watson's eye swelled up immediately. It's a broken orbital bone or something. Like it was shut. This is the 3rd round. They should have stopped it right then and there. They get to the end of the 3rd round, and they're saying, okay, one more round and we're going to stop it. One more round and we're going to stop it. Okay, if you stop it now, it's a draw or a no contest, right? Like in the U.S., it's a no contest. In the UK, in the 3rd, yeah.
It would be a no contest.
Over there, it's a technical draw. From what I understand.
No scorecards?
Technical draw. That's what. So really? I would have lost it. And if it's a no contest, then the bets are voided.
That's what but they went.
But Johnny, not Johnny, TJ Chilltown was telling me that it's not a no contest over there. It's a technical draw over there, and you lose.
Even if it would have stopped in the 3rd?
In the 3rd round.
So
but they didn't stop it in the 3rd round. They went on to the 4th. This chick could not see out of that eye. And as soon as the 4th round ends, they stop the fight immediately. So they go to the scorecards. Now it's 4-0, right? Because she won the first 2 rounds. Chloe started doing better, and I picked Ryan to win, right? But I don't want to win that way. So you get to the 3rd round. Watson's doing a little better. You get the headbutt. And as soon as you get the headbutt, that thing is so it was like Josh Franco with Maloney. Like that eye was swollen shut immediately. They should have just stopped it right then and there and get a technical draw. But they went all the way to the end of the 4th round and then stopped it immediately after the 4th round so that Sean Ryan could get the win.
Okay, then what is Courtney's corner thinking then?
I would have called them in and said, test her. There's no way she could see out of that thing. There was no way. It was shut. It was like someone put a softball over your eye. So I would have called the doctor and said, examine that eye. There's no way the doctor would let that fight go on. And in the UK, they give you this. That needs to be investigated. There's something that stinks there. There's something not, because in the UK, if you land 3-punch combination, they stop the fight. Right? Yeah. And this, the eye, it's egregious looking. Like it's like, oh, I can't look at that. And
Okay.
they let it go on until the end of the fourth round so that Ryan could get the win. Guys, tell me I'm wrong.
Then what from Courtney's perspective, her corner, why did they go out in the fourth?
It's malpractice from the corner and it's malpractice from the referee.
Okay, so the fourth round comes and goes, and then the doctor stops it after the fourth?
No, you're right. It did. It went to the cards because they let her fight the fourth. They should have never let her fight the fourth, is what I'm saying.
So in hindsight, it's on her corner then.
I would say it's equal parts on her corner and the referee.
What are the chances? I mean, you grew up boxing, you go to a lot of fights, you know the game really well. What are the chances, and I don't mean to be conspiratorial with this, that her corner, somebody's in their ear saying, "Hey, we need an official decision either way. We'll slide you some cash for your win."
That needs to be, Johnny, that needs to be investigated. It was so bad. Like, you're looking at this, right? I said stop it immediately after the third round. There's no way you can let this thing go on. No, there's no way. I don't care if it's a girl, a guy. I don't care if it's a three-headed monster. You see someone's eye swollen shut like that, you got to stop that thing immediately. But as soon as the fourth round was over, they stopped it. So as soon as the earliest they could stop it, they did.
All right, let's give me 1 second. Remove from stage. I'm trying to add it. Remove from stage. Okay, here we go. So have a look at this. So this is what we're talking about. So I didn't get to see this. This might be God.
Look at her eye, bro. Look at her eye. And that was immediate. That was as soon as the headbutt happened.
Okay, so she fought one more round after this.
She fights the fourth round like this, bro.
This reminds me of the scene in was it Rocky 4 when Mick?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, can you cut that? Like, they let her fight like that, bro, for a whole round. When she started getting pieced up in the fourth, I would say she can't fight. That is obviously impacting her ability to fight. Clearly.
That's insane, dude.
Give him the technical draw, have him schedule a rematch. And we could do it in the first quarter of next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous.
So I mean, it's kind of unfathomable that her corner would make that decision. That's shocking. So, okay, so people lost a shitload of money on this. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to lose anyway. If they would have stopped, I would have lost anyway. I picked Sarah and Ryan to win on one of my parlays. So I hit that. And my other parlay, I just took the over. I wasn't getting, once that headbutt happened, I wasn't getting the over. That bet was lost, right?
Okay.
Whatever. This is not sour grapes. One of my parlays I hit. That's egregious. Okay. That's a terrible decision.
I just want to I'm going to pull up now. I haven't really seen any of this. I just want to see what, God damn, Liddard's art looks.
You see it? Something happened to his shoulders. Something was wrong with him. He wasn't going to win anyway. But
he grabs the left wrist. We'll watch it again. It looks like he grabs his left wrist, but sometimes when the shoulder dislocates, the tendon will pull here.
Yeah.
So watch this. Maybe it's a hand. God damn. Is that how it ended?
No, they fought on to the 10th. He survived this round.
He looks beaten up, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Liddard didn't even. He was losing. He had a couple of decent rounds. I thought he won 2 rounds. He was losing though.
Okay, this is obviously the beginning of the end here. He's just taking shot. Wow. Okay, the corner throws it in. God damn, that's a good read. That's a bad read on my end. Eddie Hearn's probably super stoked about this. And let's get into this though, because moving forward, how much more time you got, mate?
I got a few minutes.
Okay. So going into tomorrow, since I got you here, going into tomorrow, we have the 3-leg parlay that I pulled up for the boys already.
Plus 200, yeah.
Yeah, the one we put together. I do want to mention though, I think it's Bum Equipment. He said that, I'm trying to make this bigger. I think that's as big as we're going to get. Okay. He said that Danny Garcia, even if you take DSG by decision instead of the stoppage or instead of the technical decision, if you just take him on the money line, he said the odds are still okay. So
They're gonna be
Rosado,
okay. They're gonna be because you're getting Juarez and that Crystal Rosado is a steal. Like
yeah,
that's
that's
a
what I'm thinking
steal,
too.
bro.
And guys, Gary's a Sharita Metcalf guy. He knows her.
I
It's
know her
not like
personally. She's a friend of mine.
yeah,
My wife knows her. Like, yeah.
yeah. So this isn't like a dog pick. This is based off of what Sugar
I've known
need.
her for like
How,
15 years, which tells you how old she is. I'm not trying to be
yeah.
insulting,
What is she?
Yeah.
She's at least 40 now.
I think
But
she's 41. I think she's a year younger than me. Someone could check that
she
though. I
she
think she's
didn't look
41.
she didn't look good against Shanika Johnson. You know what I mean?
No,
She
she looks
looked
shot and old. Yeah.
she looked like my old like a wet noodle. That's what my coach used to say, like a long wet noodle when you kind of get your central nervous system fried. Everything kind of just looks soggy. That's what kind of she looked like. What else? So we got this working. Do you got any live from today, or you got anything going? What are you going in tomorrow with? Let's pull it up.
Yeah. I got this. And then I have that one died. Well, I got one with Ryan, and then Danny Garcia on the money line, and Omar Juarez on the money line. So it's
Okay.
three money line bets. Ryan would hit Danny Garcia, and Omar Juarez.
So on my way home, I got 2 lives still going in tomorrow, but I got on the wagon to start chasing, and there's this card in Belgium. It's a bit obscure, but this fight, when you go to their Antoine Vaneker is actually ranked, I think, in the top 50 at super lightweight, and these odds look out of place. Do you know either one of these guys?
I can't even see this. What is this?
Vaneker versus Weeza, Waleed Vaneker. It's Antoine Vaneker versus.
I know Weeza. I don't know Vaneker enough to,
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
The fight doesn't go down for another 15 hours. Based on these odds, I'm not gonna be able to upload it, but I'm gonna tape it and see if I could find something there. Anything that you really like tomorrow? I'll pull up the fights again.
Omar Juarez by decision. Omar Juarez on the money line, and are we calling her Rosado or Ortiz? What are we calling her?
I got both. She's a 3-namer on my book.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, how you guys were talking all week about Borman versus? I didn't take. I don't
like that. But Borman's probably going to win. I don't like the price on it. I don't like the price on it at all.
Okay.
He's probably going to win though.
Okay. How about Reggie Ray Martinez, Edgar Rosales?
These are both my boys. These 2 Texans. They're both from the Rio Grande Valley. They're both from that area where they're fighting. I don't really know. I know Rosales. He's good. He's got power. I don't really know the other guy enough. I can tell you Rosales is good. I can't tell you about Reggie Ray. I know his name. I don't know that. Apparently, I was at a fight once. He fought in the Valley back in February, and I was there, but I don't remember him.
Okay.
So I know Rosales. He's good. But I can't tell you about Reggie Ray Martinez. There's no tape on him.
Okay, boys, this is a fight to look into then, guys, on the chat. Rosales currently is the dog at 230. Not a big dog, but he's plus money. And so technically, the dogs will be barking. Now, I didn't bet Glacken and O'Doherty. You guys keep what is the controversy with this fight, guys? Because the last 2 weeks, Gary, on my chat, they've been bringing this up. I didn't cover it. I didn't bet on it. I bet
but this screwed the one parlay I missed over that 3-week span was because I took the over on Glacken and O'Doherty, and they stopped it.
Okay, so this is why it keeps. So there must be carryover from your chat to my chat because I didn't cover this fight. And yeah, go on.
The stoppage in that wasn't egregious, right? Like what we got in the other fight, what we got in the Ryan and Chloe Watson fight. It looks like corruption to me, man. I can't believe that everyone involved is that incompetent. I just can't buy it.
Wow, Sharita Metcalf is. Those odds have gone crazy.
I got it. Minus 270. It's 275.
A lot of money has come in on Crystal Rosado Ortiz.
Yeah, well, they watched our video, Johnny.
That's that's a big shift. That's over $1 shift.
What is it now? 380?
380 Metcalf. She was 240.
Yeah. And Omar Juarez went from minus 550 to minus 350, which is
so that's a shift.
Yeah. The odds, these things are thinly traded, right? Like these things, this is not an NFL game. You know?
Interesting. Okay, so you're as somebody I didn't think about. So surely you get a couple discords shifting money one way or another. We're technically affecting the lines.
I mean, we could
Maybe.
be. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, these things are thinly. A lot of people, are betting on Sharita Metcalf, right? Like, how many people on the face of the earth do you even think knows who Chicken Metcalf is?
I mean, probably everyone in this chat, everyone
in this chat, and 10 other people, right?
Yeah. She former world champion. Everybody in Dallas probably knows her though.
I mean, not really.
Really? Okay.
I mean, it's women's boxing, bro. It's not. I mean, we live in a. I have a daughter. She's 11 now. But when she was like 4 or 5, she said to me, "Daddy, but isn't boxing more popular than football?" I was like, "No, sweetheart." It's like, "Oh, but it's more popular in Texas." I was like, "Definitely not." Like, my point is, we live in a bubble. Like, we live in a bubble where everyone in our bubble knows who Chicken Metcalf is. I always go call your local sports radio station. Go call them up right now. Ask them what they think of the Chicken Metcalf fight. They're gonna look at you like you got 10 heads. That's my point.
Andrei says, what are your thoughts on Daniel Lotsan Turasov? I mean, I'm still thinking about getting cooked on Conway, so I haven't really thought about this fight.
Yeah, I haven't taped the fight. I haven't taped the fight.
That's not going down this weekend, is it?
Yeah, no, that's 2 weeks away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I'm not even getting it on my books. A fight. So somebody in the chat brought up earlier. I didn't get a chance to comment.
No, that's Sunday. That's a Sunday fight. Okay, that's a Sunday fight.
It's this Sunday.
It's the WBC the tournament thing. We're not. Yeah, it's in Riyadh.
We're not getting it. I don't even get options.
I don't have it on my books either. Yeah, there's some decent fights on that, but yeah.
So here I want Gary to stay on. I want to see if anyone in here. So this is the part of the show, Gary, where I'm going to leave it open to anybody in the Discord. They could come on and either cook, and they could either ask a question, or they could feature something. We'll give them like 2 minutes. They already have the link. It's kind of at this time I should go over the stream of me getting cooked. Let's try to find it. So guys, if you're tuning in and you're in the Discord, click the link and come on and let us know if you want to, ask Gary a question, feature something, shoot the shit with one of us. We'll give you the stage for a couple minutes. If nobody bites, Gary and I are probably going to lock this up. But that was the carrot dangling. They talk about fading your picks on here.
I'm going to be honest. I'm watching this weigh-in with Chicken Metcalf and Crystal Rosado.
Yeah.
Crystal Rosado's not bad looking. She's easy on the peepers.
Is that it?
She's got like weird hair, but she's not bad looking.
Who's promoting that card?
That's the MVP card, the Jake Paul thing.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up then. So MVP promotions. I'm sure they have a Instagram, right?
I'm looking at Instagram right now.
What's their tag?
I think it's Chicken's tag. Where am I seeing this? Hang on. Wait, I just closed it out. Yeah, it's Chicken Metcalf, Shah Metcalf.
Okay, I'll pull it up. So they're doing the weigh-ins. Is this it? Rosado.
Yeah, there it is.
She got cakes.
I'm trying to be a little more G-rated about it. Yeah, she's all right. Well, she's all right.
Well, what's interesting is maybe because I live in Australia that I think this way, but were any of the girl fighters doing this before Ebony Bridges?
We had a local one, Mandy Flores, who used to do this. But no. She was in Laredo. She fought on some big cards. She's a women's fighter. She's had like 60 fights. You've seen her. She's fought a lot of people. Mandy Fuentes, that's her name. And she used to like weigh in like little thong bikinis and stuff like that. But the only other person before that I remember weighing in thongs was Hector Camacho.
I mean, Mike Tyson would wear that black like G-banger too, kind of, or it was like a leopard print thing or something.
Yeah.
Tyson was a savage, dude. This guy. Okay, so we might as well, since we're here, we touched base on it yesterday. Danny Garcia, do you think he'll struggle or cruise?
I think he'll win.
Yep.
Danny Gonzalez is tough. Danny Gonzalez, he's an athlete. He's old now too. Danny's well into his 30s. Like I said, I've known Danny 7 years now.
35,
he's not
right?
young anymore. Is he 35?
Yeah, Danny Gonzalez is 35.
Yeah.
And Danny Garcia is 37. So I like Garcia money line. I like Garcia.
I like Garcia by points. I think Garcia by points is a really good bet.
That's what we have. I'm just pulling the. Oh, Rando's in the house. We're gonna bring Rando on real quick. Okay, so let's get Rando up in this joint. I gotta make room for him. 3, add to stage, and there we go. Rando.
Yo, what up, boys?
Yo, is this Rando? What up, Rando?
Yes, sir.
So you got this is the first. So Rando, you've never gone on Gary's live yet before?
Nah, this is the first, man. First time.
Oh, never been on mine either. See, this is a microcosm of what we're doing here, G. We're building a community, and now we can put faces behind names.
There you go. Got my gloves right here, boys.
Yeah, man, dude. How'd you do? Who'd you go with today?
Man, I actually I hedged both of them. So I had Liddard and I had I had both of them on 2 different. So I parlayed them with Juarez and DSG. So I had Conway on one and I had Liddard on the other.
Oh, so, nice. So you still got one live.
Yeah,
that's interesting. So when you go that sort of formatting in terms of how much are you literally putting the same amount on each side?
I put the same amount. So $100 with Conway would have gave me back 195, and the other one would have gave me back 150. So I still I lost 100, but I still I pretty much profited only $50.
That's still a profit, though. Is this what you guys were trying to? Boxing fan like 2 months ago was asking about arbitrage betting. Is that what this is? Or
yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's kind of something like that.
Gary, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, arbitrage betting is just like you're making money on both ends, right? So if I can get, like hypothetically, if I can get on one line, if one book I can get Conway at plus 105, and on another book I can get Liddard at plus 105. No matter who wins, I'm making money on it, right?
Yeah,
that's arbitrage betting. There are apps that do this that will get it down to an art for you, but you need to have, like in America, I don't know how it is in Australia. In America, you don't have access to all the books legally. Like I don't have access to any books legally, so I have to go through a middleman. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so this is interesting. So here's another question for Rando. Of the 3 you said, so you just figured that was the one, Conway Liddard was the closest to a 50-50, not just on the numbers.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because then that in itself is a gamble as well. So you just need.
Because if Juarez loses or DSG loses, then they're both cooked.
Yeah. Okay. So Gary, before Rando came on, one of the boys asked me about Juarez, and I said Gary sold me on him. So.
I gotta go after this, but let me just Juarez is my boy. So I'm sure there's a lot of people who have told this too, because there are a lot of people in my chat. But they're making a doc. There's a filmmaker down in the Rio Grande Valley who's making a documentary on Omar Juarez's life, and I'm in it, right? As one of the media people. Okay, so he's a friend of mine. I've known him for years. I've known him his entire pro career. He's a Texas guy. He is in the Rio Grande Valley. He's from a town called Brownsville, which is right on the border. It's right on the Gulf, right? Where the fighting South Padre Island is just the bridge across, right? It's like a little island right next to it, just a little bridge that you take over to get there. If you go down to Brownsville, there are posters of him everywhere. They don't have a professional team. They don't have a college team. They have the Juarez brothers. And the oldest brother was like a Division III football player, right? But that's what they have. They have Omar and now Sebastian. That's all they have. You drive around this little town, there's pictures of them plastered everywhere. They're like the mayor, like all the car dealerships have them in to sign autographs. I know Omar got a free Cadillac Escalade because
Rando's bet is pretty comfy as long as DSG pulls it out.
What I'm saying, I say all that to say is in Texas, we know Texas judges love Texas fighters. That's gone on forever. especially this guy, right? Like if it's close at all and he doesn't get the decision, there's going to be havoc in South Padre Island. Like the only way I see Rosario winning this fight is by stoppage, and he's not a puncher. And Omar's been in with bigger hitters, so I don't see like if he loses 8 rounds, I promise you Omar's getting the decision. It's 4-0 right now. Omar Juarez on the scorecards, minimum.
All right, man.
Hey
Then
boys,
let's go.
but real quick, because I gotta get out of here. I was eating with the family. I just wanted to pop in and say,
That's dedication. I like that.
yeah, no, but I came in here to say, that man, I used to just do this betting like by myself, right? And then I found Gary's channel, and then I found Johnny's channel, and all I can say is, man, ever since I've been with you two guys, I've been winning like a lot more. And so I would never like, even if y'all give me picks and they lose, I would never blame that on you guys. So like the people in the Discord who are saying all that kind of stuff, like, dude, we're the ones who placing the bets, not Gary's not taking my phone and placing a bet for me. Johnny's not doing it for me. But
Yeah, I
yeah, I
charge
just wanted to say that,
5%
man. Like,
commission on that, by the way. I charge if
dude,
you want
Randall,
we
man.
definitely
I
definitely
appreciate
win a
you.
lot more with you guys.
appreciate
Thank you, sir.
Randall.
But
Appreciate
Cheers
you.
to
I'm
you
gonna
and
get
your
out of here,
family.
guys.
Yeah,
Cheers to
enjoy
you and
your
your
dinner.
fam. Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
I gotta drop off in a minute too.
All right, G, we're gonna lock it up. But how cool was that? You know what I'm saying?
was fun,
Rando's
yeah.
in every time I see Rando, you're live, he's in your live. And this is what we're doing, right? That makes that little pop in, it's why we do it, right? At the end of the day. So going in tomorrow, what do you want to leave us with, man? Give us some positivity, man. Like give us something for tomorrow, G.
I'm really tempted to stay away from the overs a lot of these fights now. I used to just clean up on the overs or the unders, or fights to go the distance, not to go the distance. I'm tempted to stay away from them. You know, when you do the tape for hours, you know who's gonna win these fights. Moneyline parlays: Danny Garcia, Crystal Rosado, and Omar Juarez. Lock it up.
Let's get into it. Thanks for coming on. Good
right.
work this week. I'll be watching you through the stream, brother.
All right. Peace
See
out.
ya. Yep. All right, boys. That was pretty cool, man. I'm gonna stay on for a couple minutes. We still got between 40 and 50 people in here. Anybody have any other questions about tomorrow? You know, we kind of covered it. I could bring the bets back up. I'm not chasing too much. Like I said, I got that 3-leg. The biggest risk, in my opinion, is actually Danny Garcia. So I got DSG. I got DSG by decision. Daniel Gonzalez taking the dive first round. What's up, Non Never? I say this every time you pop in here, brother. Every time I read Non Never, I think of Now Netta from How High. So Red B in the house. I believe the over and under is the easiest way to rig a fight. Yeah, from a betting perspective, boys, I mean, we get like Rando popped in. He's always winning. I mean, consistently, if you look at like where you guys individually find your most success, is it on the money line? Is it picking 50-50s? Is it doing long parlays? Is it doing method of victories? Because everything, everyone has their own little system. You know, Carlos picks knockdown props. I always found that fishy. You know what I mean? A knockdown prop is kind of like a bet to where you kind of throw caution in the wind a bit, and it kind of like to bet on the knockdown never felt right with me. It's not something I do. And as of late, I've kind of I've kind of expanded my experiment on how I bet, but I'm a traditional money line guy as well. Yeah, I agree with Manny. I'm a traditional money line guy as well, and it's something you know that I could rest my cap on. I don't mind taking a risk and debating somebody online, a money line underdog. That's all I got to say. He did. He almost got to you. Manny, Carlos almost got to you too, boy. Carlos almost got to all of us. Carlos, boy. Carlos is slick, boy. KD official styles make fights boxing. It isn't, man, but it's easy. That's a good point, KD official. Styles make fights boxing isn't easy, but it's easy. Props, but lately. Hey, Nick, you want to pop on, big dog? You want to pop on real quick, Nick? Pop on for a few minutes. Let me know. It's all good if you can't. Crystal Rosado, moving. What's up? What's up, buddy? Is Crystal Rosado, Rosado Ortiz? Rosado Ortiz is on our 3-legger. So I don't know if that's the end of your question. Yeah, the link is in the Discord, big dog. you could pop in and kind of. There's a bunch of UFC fights, small guys. Breaking Bad, Nick. I'm trying to get him to come on now. The dude's a wizard with MMA. I don't meet many guys I can riff back and forth with about MMA and boxing. Nick and I have talked multiple times about MMA and boxing. He's a beast. So Nick, if you got that link, pop in here. I still got time. I don't have to meet my girl for. It's only 11 a.m., guys. It feels like it's so late. She just sent me her Halloween costume. Let me show you. Do you guys like this one? This is a Halloween. She's like, she's either gonna wear that. That's number 1. Or number 2. What do you like? Number 1. That's number 2. That's number 1. Because we're going to a Halloween party next weekend. I'll show you what I sent her that I'm going to go. Number 2. I like 2 as well. So 2 is the one I like. So John likes 1. I'll tell you what. And just so you know how big of a nerd I am. So that's 2. She said that she's going to go as the voodoo girl. Let me show you what I sent her. What about? This is all you need to know about me, boys. I was like, if she's going to go like that, I'm going to go like this. She's a voodoo chick. She shrunk my head. All right, so 2. What you get? If she wants to do a voodoo chick, I might as well just go like that, fool. She's like, you'll look ridiculous. All right, Breaking Bad's coming on, boys. The big dog.
Johnny, what's good? What's good?
Look at those locks, bro. God
yeah,
damn.
I usually got a hat, but you caught me in my desk, so
beasted, dude. That's how that looks like you've cut it.
Nah, man. I mean, it's flowing.
That's nice.
It's flowing right now. So what's good, boys?
Good.
Hope everybody's doing well. Got fucking cooked today. I got cooked today. Thankfully, fight not to go the distance for Conway saved me a little bit. I was able to catch that one in the office, but man, I was heavy on Chloe Watson. That was damn near a bad beat, but man, Shannon Ryan looked great from the jump here. So I thought she was well on her way to winning that fight regardless. So
okay, so this is so you I didn't get the chance to watch your breakdown, but you were one of the boys that you went Watson on the money line, but either way you got cooked because it stopped and she lost.
Well, I got cooked regardless because I went Watson money line and I went for a draw. So I took it both ways because I thought it was a close fight regardless. But I just thought the inside work of Watson would do a little bit more. I felt like she would be able to close the distance a little bit better, which she had a lot of issues closing the distance off rips that we saw with that fight. And I thought the inside body work is what was going to really cause the issues for Ryan, but none of that came to fruition. Clearly after the 3rd round. One thing that pissed me off more than anything is her corner should have stopped that fight before the 4th round even started. They shouldn't even have sent her out for the 4th round. We could have all got no contest for it. Everyone that hit on Ryan, though, congratulations for hitting on Ryan. I should have listened to some of the boys. Yeah, so I got cooked on that one. So
the chat, the last 2 days, I couldn't believe how much energy, film study, effort, links were being shared in our Discord about that fight. Like,
it's a great
you guys
fight.
Put a lot of effort. You put a lot of effort in that fight, man.
And how shitty is it for it to stop within 4 rounds because of an eye-swollen headbutt? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me almost of like Yankiel Rivera versus Angelina Cordova in the way that's like you can put in hours of tape study, but then that fight's going to become a wrestling match. What are we supposed to do about that? We can't do anything about the eye swelling. So it's just one of those things in general.
Dude, that fight, that was like a weekend of some really awkward like fights for all of us because who else wasn't that when not Yenli Hernandez? Wasn't that when
Tejas got upset by a brow?
Yenis Tejas.
Brow.
Yeah, Yenis Tejas fight and Yankee fight. It was horrible.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we have, like you said though, we have some MMA that we can hopefully get some of this back on.
I'm pulling it up right now, and I'm gonna let you look at it. So, guys in Australia, just give you a preface. These fights start tomorrow morning, Sunday, 7 a.m. in Australia. Nick, Breaking Bad is coming from Arizona. What time do these fights happen where you are?
1:15 is the first fight for us.
1:15 p.m.
Yeah, 1:15 p.m. So right after the afternoon. So right after post noon, quite literally. So
okay, I have them. Are any of these fights jumping off? Do you want me to click on any? Which ones do you want me to click on? Because so you got Drew Dober, dude, what did they call right hand to God, Danny Barlow? But then he got kind of found out a bit last fight.
That's actually the fight I want to talk about. Actually,
I'm gonna bring it up.
Like Jordan Santos in this fight here. I think
Talk
he has
to me.
grappling upside. Danny Barlow doesn't necessarily set up his strikes very well too, as well. Santos is on all of the Brazilian acai, if you know what I'm saying. All of the Brazilian acai, if you saw him looking good at weigh-ins too, specifically. Good pace, good cardio, good pressure. A big thing too, when we saw Danny Barlow, anytime you saw Sam Patterson crowd his space in his last fight, it was either Sam Patterson or the other Scottish dude, but it was one of those long, lanky white boys that came up, and anytime he crowded his pace with pressure, he beat the shit out of Danny Barlow. So,
yeah, the kid who lost I think the kid who lost in the Contender, and then he won the second time around, the tall white kid, and then in the UFC he knocked out Barlow, right?
Yeah, I think it's Sam Patterson. I could be wrong. I don't have the records in front of me.
You're probably right.
I really like Santos in this case here. I don't know how the odds read for you in this case. Is that saying he's essentially a plus 230 underdog?
So how that reads here is you always use $100 increments. 100 on Barlow on the money line gets you your money back plus $33. Big favorite. 100 on Santos gets you your money back plus 234. So more than a 2-to-1 dog here.
Yeah, I really like Santos in this case here. I think he has
finishing
upside. I mean, Danny Barlow has a good left hand. I don't think he sets it up very well. Kiza, what's up, my guy? Hope you're doing well, brother. I love chopping it up with that man back and forth too as well. He's a sharp cat. But
yeah,
I like Santos in a lot of upside here. I think he has the grappling upside here too as well. His cage wrestling solid, and he has good pace and pressure. I love betting on fighters that I consider being on the juice personally.
Talk to Manny here. Talk to Manny.
Barlow will win, but this fight is one of the ones to watch. Not much better bets out there. I mean, my question is outside of a knockout in the first round and a half, I just don't see how Danny Barlow does it. I don't think he has a great process. I think he slows down in fights specifically. I think that's a big thing too as well. As compared to Santos, I think he's going to push the pace and pressure. This is one of those fights that I think is also what you call a numbers play too. I think this fight's way more evenly lined than it should, or way off in terms of wide lines.
I'm gonna just for the sake
plus 150.
Okay, just for the sake of the chat, I'm gonna take Santos on the money line, and then we're gonna move on the card. We're gonna go down on the card.
Yeah.
Are you playing Prepelic versus Dober or no?
No, the odds are way too wide for my opinion. Dober should smoke him, but
you know what I was thinking.
A lot of people think Prefelix live. I don't know what they see personally here. Getting smoked by the fraud BSD doesn't necessarily make you live, in my personal opinion.
See, I was thinking when you look at, I think you know the UFC is more akin to the WWE regarding storylines. So if you would have watched Media Week this week with Drew Dober, what was the #1 talking point? His finish record. You know, breaking the finish record in the UFC, most stoppages. It kind of seems like a setup for this, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be one of those things to be a setup matchup. Like, this is a squash match. They gave Pavlik, because he came in and fought BSD on short notice, who said, hey, we're going to give you another fight. We'll even give it to you in your hometown. But guess who you have to sign against? Fucking the Crimson Chin himself, Drew Dober. So
yeah, dude.
It's
that kid. So moving forward on that card, I hate betting Bruno Silva. God damn it. Is he fighting the Turtle?
This fight, I hate long. All right, so let me just quickly break down how I bet. As you know, I'm a prop guy. I will almost never play anything that's minus 200 or less. I almost never do parlays. I'm a straight better. Like, I do straight bets personally. Straights pay the rates, as I always say.
But I like it.
I don't even really care what the odds are on this fight. I think Park Silva not to go the distance, you can throw in anything. And I think it's pretty safe because you have Silva, who's chinny. You have Park, who could possibly get out grappled, and Park that hits like a motherfucker too as well. So even
you're saying
less than 2-to-1 odds, it's a good parlay piece, quite frankly.
You're saying it will go or it won't go?
It will not go. Absolutely not.
No shit.
No, absolutely not. Especially with the aged Bruno Silva at this point here too as well.
Dude, we're already at 551 on these two picks. We're gonna move on. That's two picks here. Let's keep working. And guys, look at Charles. Look at Charles Jordan. Do you see any action here? Davy Grant?
It's close, man. I love Davy Grant, dude. I love Davy Grant.
Yeah.
He volume. He can kick.
Yep.
He can scramble his ass off from defensive position. If Charles
He can take
Jourdain
a
and Davey
beating.
Grant decides to offensively wrestle and he jumps to a guillotine, he's going to be stuck on his back damn near the rest of the round. Charles Jourdain moving down in weight, yes, he's looked pretty damn good, but I'm still questioning his 3-round cardio at the 135 division as compared to Davey Grant. He's getting older, slows down a little bit in the later rounds. I like Davey Grant. I don't necessarily know if he's a great parlay piece, but I would be lying to myself to say if I'm not going to sprinkle Davey Grant in this case here.
Yeah, he's a dog, man. He could take a beating.
He is.
You know, we've seen him win as an underdog before, and then we've also seen him kind of lose. I think he fights better when he's the dog. Believe some guys just fight better when they're the dog.
Absolutely.
How about the steamroller Frivola? I can't get a good read on that guy. Every time I think I know who he is, he gets knocked out, or like then I'll pick against him, and then he looks like a fucking perennial contender. I'm like, he's one of those guys I can't get a read on.
I do want to answer Manny's question. Manny, when you say
Which
are you overall up betting? Do you mean on the day? Do you mean on the month? What do you mean by that? That I'm genuinely curious because I have everything on Picket. My Picket's absolutely public. You can find that on my YouTube. On the month, I'm up 44.7 units. Had a really shitty day today. And then last month, I'm up 61.0 units.
What is that? What is that app, dude?
It's called Picket. It tracks all your bets. I've dropped it in the Discord. I mean, it clearly can't track physical tickets, but I think it's important. Transparency is big on me. So everyone that's watching here, I'm a $50 a unit better.
This is right up my alley. I never even heard of it.
Yeah, I think like as you know, bro, we've talked about it before. Like transparency is very big for me, man. So if you ever ask me, I'll be more than happy to ever show my tickets. They'll never be AI. Sorry, they'll never be AI.
You see that? They don't give it to us.
That's dude, it's so whack, bro. Like
we can't get it in Australia.
One thing that I love about it, we'll talk about it off a screen one day, Johnny, or I'll just pop it up and show it with you. It filters out everything from your parlay, straight bets, the bets you're best at, the sports you're best at, things of that nature. Yeah. So I think it's made me, I'm not even just saying this. Isn't it like I clearly am not paid by Picket. It's made me a smarter bettor. It's the reason I don't do parlays anymore because I saw how much I've lost on parlays and how well I did on straight betting, and it just changed the way I bet in general. So,
bro, we should talk off camera about it because I already got an idea. So, we'll continue this chat.
Okay, my bad. I went off air.
No. I mean, we'll continue the Picket chat off air because I got an idea about it, and then I was just going to use that as a segue. How about there's some. See, they put this card up. I can't believe Manu. Those odds are crazy against Jazz Davicius.
Dude, Jazz Davicius is a live dog in this case, man. You
think so?
I do. Okay.
You know, I used little side story. I worked for a rock and roll company out of Sydney, Australia during the pandemic, and I talked the whole company into doing a promotional marketing side business with pro fighters. And for 2 fights, I managed Jazz Davicius, her 2 first fights in the UFC.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. It was called Golden Robot Sports and Entertainment, and we would combine rock and roll music with combat sports. But
she
then
trains in Arizona now. She trains out.
So she left Canada. Arizona. Okay, so she left Canada.
Yeah, so she trains. I don't know if she does camp full time, but she's done multiple camps out in Arizona specifically.
I'll call you back. You look good.
Yeah, man. So I think Jazz is very live in this case here. Salute to Santino DeFranco. For anyone that knows in the MMA space, Santino DeFranco, he's a coach out of Fight Ready. He has a theory that fighters coming off of championship losses lose their next fight. I think that's a great theory. And beyond just that theory alone, I like Jasmine Vicious's Jasmine. I'm just going to call her Jasmine Vicious.
Okay. Her grappling?
Dude, I love her forward wrestling, her cage wrestling. I think she's tough as nails. I think Faro's power is overrated. And I also think her resume is a bit overrated, to be completely honest with you. I'm not high on the French woman in this case here. Give me Jasmine to win in her home country, and you're going to have her home country crowd and scorecards on her side. So if she has an easy moment where it's close in the stand-up and she nails a takedown in the last few seconds,
let's go.
Jasmine, when she gets on top, she lands ground and pound. She doesn't just get on top. She actually has great ground and pound, and she builds as the rounds go on. I fucks with it, bro.
And she, you know what? Every time I've seen her,
Manny knows, bro. Santino, I only listen to 2 MMA personalities straight up, and that's Narco Cop and Santino DeFranco and Brandon Olivas. Only people that I actually listen to. I'm very big on, like, I try not to listen to anyone unless I do my own tape pre-fights and things of that nature. But
yeah,
bro, those dudes are legit. Narco Cop, if you have a chance too, as well. Narco Cop, giving them a plug too as well. Solid podcast for MMA, man. So good.
Okay, and then real quick, I do want to talk about Cheeto and Zahabi.
This is a weird fight, bro, because you have Cheeto, who's so inactive, but then you have Zahabi, who I've never been overly impressed with ever. Even
he's hit like a renaissance though. He kind of like came in, and I kind of compared him to Hickson's son. He kind of reminded me. I think they fought, and he just reminded me of the little brother of Faraz, and he's kind of just nepo baby sort of thing. But then he started sitting down on his shots. He has power. He's big for the division. He became like a solid guy. It's interesting. What do you like? Do you he's the favorite? The crazy thing is that he's the favorite against Cheeto.
Well, I understand why he's the favorite, because I think Cheeto hasn't given so many inspiring performances lately, quite frankly. He waits, he stares. Cheeto leaves so much to be desired defensively when he grapples. I mean, look at the Corey Sandhagen fight, which is a big deal to me, because when he's on his back, he accepts position. Cheeto is really one shot kind of at this point. He always talks every fight like this is the hungriest I've ever been, but yet we've never really seen Cheeto go through the gears. You know how I love to say the term the gears in this case. But Zahabi, man, he's always been so underwhelming, and him coming off that win versus Jose Aldo, these are all things that are going to lead him to be the favorite. So it could be recency bias, but at this point, man, I think this is a toss-up fight. And pre-fight, I wouldn't bet this fight. I'd watch how it goes live. I would see if you have a little bit of see how it goes pre-flop, because quite frankly, I think Zahabi should be favorited, but I wouldn't play him at this number. Hell no.
Okay, so yeah, I've been a friend. I followed Cheeto since he first got into the UFC, when he was really sort of being overlooked, and then he was really active, and he used to train down at Ruka in like near Manhattan Beach, and and also I think he used to train at with Anderson Silva at Black House in Manhattan Beach when he was coming up. And he just doesn't look like the same. A lot of damage, a lot of rounds, a lot of fights, and I just don't know how much he has left. Even watching his interviews this week, he something in his eyes doesn't look right to me.
His left eye literally look almost glazed over?
Something doesn't look right. I can't put maybe it's the lens, but even like just the structure, when you see somebody who's had damage to the orbitals, it's something that it looks a bit off, but maybe it is the lens. When I was watching his media, he didn't sound like, it's almost like I don't know if he did this, but it's almost like he did ayahuasca too many times. He doesn't have that edge. He used to have this edge to him. He used to have this sort of like primal thing about him, and now he's just kind of cavalier.
With Action Bronson now, bro, and smoking hella trees. So
is that what it is?
From a like pure technical standpoint, is how, as we know, Zahabi, he stands up and he's tight guard and he throws out that stupid jab like this. Like, it makes no sense, right? Like firing from the hip almost, and it's no straight tail, nothing of that nature. I think Cheeto could have success with the front kicks to the body in this case. That is one thing I think to look out for. If Cheeto starts getting those front kicks to the body off early and often, then I think it's a live bet spot. So this is one of those fights I'm definitely going to be watching live. I don't love Zahabi, and I just don't like Cheeto as of late. So that's kind of what it comes down to for me.
So where it's trending. And then we got Holland, right? Kevin Holland. Holland Mallet.
Yeah. What Holland do we get, guys? This is the question. What Holland do we get? Do we get Holland that's coming in there, loudmouth down to scrap? I'm going to meet you in the middle. Let's throw these shots down the pipe. If we get to the ground, I'm going to have scrappy-ass jiu-jitsu, throw up crazy shit from the bottom. Or am I going to get the same Kevin Holland at the minute the fight? Quite frankly, the minute I get touched up a few times, I'm turning away. Like, the MVP fight's a great example of this. He got frustrated in that fight, and he almost just checked out of the fight almost. See, there are just too many examples of this. And Mike Mallet, even though he had that horrible example against Magny, I kind of like Mike Mallet, man. I think he's a pretty skilled fighter.
I watched Mallet on the regional scene. He fought my boy Solomon Renfro. Solomon Renfro is a guy
that good PFL guy too as well. Like, he's not.
I thought for sure Saul would be in the UFC. He fought. I think he was on the Contender, and Mallet. It was either Mallet who beat him, or he fought twice. on a step up fight to get to the UFC, and every time he stepped up, saw a loss. But that's when I first saw Mallet, and then the Magny fight, and Magny does what Magny does. He's done this over his whole career. He just did it to our boy, Jake Matthews, with controversy attached to it. But Holland, I mean, this guy's a Travis Lutter black belt. If you guys, OGs like myself, Travis Lutter, Texas, fought for a world title before, fought Anderson Silva. He was drained his ass off before that fight, so he really didn't look himself. But if you have a black belt from Lutter, you know what the hell you're doing on the ground. And Holland.
Fun fact, I mean, like, as you know, I'm a jiu-jitsu blue belt. I'm a footlock guy, and Lutter's big on the ankle and footlocks too as well. I've watched many of his instructionals on YouTube.
Okay, so, he's one of those guys that I don't feel gets enough recognition is, his importance in the game. He might not have ever been a world champion, but his impact is still, you could see it. Like you're talking about one of his strengths. And I feel that Holland, at this stage of the game, you would have thought that he would know who he is by now. Every time we watch Holland, it's like he doesn't know who he is. But his style, dude, you know what I mean? It's like, so I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to bet on this fight. If anything, I'd go with the Canadian.
I'm going to be honest with you. I just saw a bet that I love on your screen. The fact that you had it pulled up, this is a straight bet that I'm going to no doubt play, and that's Mallet by points. You're giving me Mallet by points at plus 440.
That's insane.
That's insane. That's absolutely
no. Mallet on points is 530. Mallet by submission.
So I'm trying to do the math in my head. So is that?
Oh, okay.
So American odds is that if I put 100 on 530, how much? If I put 100 on that, how much do I get my money back? That'll tell me everything.
$430.
So in America, Arizona, it would be plus 430. That's what it would be. So that's exactly what I'm getting. So that's insane. Plus 430. And I know a lot of people like Holland, which I understand. But dude, I couldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I couldn't touch him with your bankroll.
Yeah, no bet list for sure.
Yeah,
and
dude,
then and then let's get to the main event here. RDR versus Allen.
I have a strong take on this, man. I think RDR.
Let's hear it, brother.
I think RDR finishes him, and I think RDR finishes him in the first 3 rounds. Allen's going to be way too willing to engage in grappling. Allen's going to be way too willing to engage in a clinch scenario. Once they engage in the clinch scenarios and that rear knee comes from RDR, it's going to be big issues. Not only that, here, Allen is in a major strength disadvantage, in my opinion. I think he's a one-round wonder horse. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't he taking this fight on relatively short notice, which is another big deal, too?
Short notice.
Do you have double chance on your sports book by chance? Do you know what double chance is inside the distance?
Let's go down. Let's see if we're giving
right option. There. Bang. Scroll back up. Keep scrolling. Boom.
Oh, there you go. No shit. I never even knew this existed.
I got you. Double chance. Ritter inside the distance. 2-1. Double your odds. Bang. Easiest play of the day. Easiest play of the day. That's how I.
Which one? What was the one?
Ritter by knockout or submission. Because there's going to be a point here where Ritter's either going to take his back and short choke him, or he's going to get on top and he's going to ground and pound him, or he's going to take his back and finish him via ground and pound, via the back mount ground and pound. This fight's not going past 3. This fight's not going past 3.5 rounds. Ritter's going to finish this guy.
Did you watch much of RDR when he was in 1?
Dude, a shitload of RDR in 1.
So one of my boys,
his only losses against juiced up heavyweights.
Yeah. So one of my boys is Ongla and Sang, and when Ongla was the double champ in middle and light heavy, that's how I first heard of RDR.
Python, baby.
Yeah, dude. I thought he was a traditional Dutch kickboxer. I was like, this dude. He read the tape on Ongla, how to beat Ongla, take him to the ground, avoid a firefight, and I beat him twice. And I was like, holy shit. And so I watched him, and when he got to the UFC, I was like, this is a different guy. He's going to give those guys at 85 fucking fits. And
one thing I love about RDR is he's active in grappling competitions. He's always active fighting-wise. He's just one of those people that's always active in competition, keeping the blood and the juices flowing. RDR finishes this guy. You're giving me plus money for RDR by finish. So this is like an insight to how I bet right here. Again, I don't love building parlays personally. But RDR inside the distance, good piece regardless. But this is something that, again, single unit for me is $50 a unit. I would put, which I'm going to put 2 units on this case here. So I'll put $100 on RDR, double up my money with an extra $8 to my name. Happy camper in this case. Little 108 off 100 all day. Because RDR will finish Brendan Allen. That's like easily my most confident pick of the play. My favorite underdog of the day is DeJordan Santos. Love DeJordan Santos. I also think Jasmine Juzevicius is very live underdog in this case. We didn't talk about Matt Favola versus Kyle Nelson, though. Can I touch on that really quickly?
Yeah, the steamroller. Go on.
Yeah, man. So you kind of started saying that you really didn't know how to gauge Matt Favola, and I'm in the same exact boat with you. Does he come out and he is undeniably, I don't necessarily think he's chinny, but he doesn't have a great chin. As we know, he can get dropped and he can get knocked. But
I think it's his fight IQ, though. He doesn't make the best decisions sometimes in the firefight.
He ran into Terrence McKinney's right hand.
That's
literally
what I'm like.
Ran into it.
Motherfucker, dude. It's like, what are you doing, bro? It's like, anyway,
he
go on.
himself out against Ziam, just spamming takedowns in this case here. I like Kyle Nelson at 155 pounds. I think Kyle Nelson, even though he didn't look great on the scales, I think he's way better not killing himself and draining to 145. He himself is coming off bad damage against Steven Garcia in his own right. But I think Kyle Nelson, long rangey striker, a little bit better in my opinion, fight IQ by a country mile better fight
IQ. Canadian.
And I think he has the better gas tank. And this is a great live spot as well. I think Kyle's a good pre-spot. But if we see Matt Favola failing on 1 or 2 takedowns, oh, bro, it's over. Yeah. His gas tank is not meant for 3 hard rounds of fighting and/or wrestling.
And I think Favola is much more predictable as well with what he wants to do. It's no secret. Nelson's a veteran, man. I'm pretty sure Nelson was in the UFC, got cut, came back to the UFC. He's had some success. And he's fighting in Canada. He's a proud dude.
Bro, he had a good 3-fight win streak against, Fernando Padilla and like Billy Algeo before he got finished by Steve Garcia.
He just ran it. He just ran into Steve. Nobody talks about Steve Garcia, that motherfucker, and he's so awkwardly built for the division.
Bro.
Just weirdly long limbs.
Gangly limbs.
Yeah, dude, what the hell? He'd be a nightmare.
Literally no cuts in his body whatsoever.
No. But could crack, dude.
If you saw him out on the street, you'd be like, this guy, little does he know that he cracks. His hand.
And he got a chin. He got a chin. Yeah. He could crack. He got a chin. He's a dog. He's mean as fuck in there. Yeah, he's a nightmare and nobody still talks about him.
He can anti-grapple. That's a big thing about Steve Garcia. He can anti-grapple. Good at getting for the underhooks, the wizards. Good at spreading his base and getting his base narrow when he needs to get his base narrow.
A little bit of Jack Della Maddalena in him. He a little bit of Jack D in him. He's actually probably meaner than Jack D.
Jack's gonna beat the shit out of Islam, y'all. Let me tell you guys right now.
Dude, Jack is a coal miner, mate. All you got to know about Jack D is that fool's nose has been like that pre-UFC. I think that happened in like his first his first fight he lost. Dude, that dude don't give it. He looks like he's 58 years old. He's like 28.
I promise you guys, Jack Della Maddalena beats Islam Makhachev. I promise you.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. All right, boys.
He's going to anti-grapple and beat his ass.
So, guys, the little 4-legger, I'm not going to touch the Nelson Favola fight. Just to recap, I'll put Santos dog hunting here. We got, will the fight go the distance? Bruno versus Park, no. We got Jasmine dog hunting. And then we got RDR 2-way KO or submission. On a ticket, 100 gets your money back plus 3,500. Let's go.
I don't play parlays, but I'm not gonna lie. Again, fully transparent. Put a little tenner on that bad boy to win 300.
You still get $350.
That's what I'm saying.
$10. Let's go.
I actually I'm always saying bro, I like those legs. I'm like, dude, I made those legs. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's you. That's you, bro. That's that. So I'm gonna
screen parlay, dog.
That's getting screenshot put in the Discord, guys. If you're not following B Cubed Breaking Bad Boxing on YouTube, go to Breaking Bad Boxing. This is Nick right here. He's a savage on the boxing and MMA scene. My brother, before you get out of here, do you want to leave us with something?
Nah, man, I just appreciate you, man. Always appreciate you bringing me on the platform. Boys, as always, hope you guys have a great day. And as I always say, love, peace, and chicken grease.
I love it, guys. Be good on this one. I'm out as well. I'll see you guys on the next one.